All right, you all. So, welcome back to another episode of Healthy Chats. Of course, it's your girl, Carleeka Basnight-Menendez, just all of that. And I have an amazing guest with us on today, Dr. Deborah Roebuck out of Pennsylvania, you all. And she is an amazing individual. I met her in person. As I'm up here having a slight little hot flash, you all already know what it is, right? So, Dr. Deborah, welcome. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me on today.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's a privilege. Okay. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. And so just let everyone know, I let them know that you're in PA, of course, but let everyone know who you are, what you're doing to impact so many lives in the world.
I love the way you say that. Well, first of all, again, my name is Dr. Deborah Roebuck, but I'm known as the Menopause Whisperer. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and my background is I became a nurse quite a long time ago. But as I progressed, my nursing was focused on women's health. I was administrator for women and children's health for the city of Philadelphia. But when I retired, and also just to let you know, I am a breast cancer survivor. My sister said, listen, you got to do something different. You're used to being out there. And one of the things I really noticed when I retired is I was no longer in the position of making decisions, but I switched to people didn't want to hear me. Now, I used to be one who said, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. But then I realized as a menopausal woman, we are put in the back. And it became very clear during COVID. But also what became very clear is who is the individual that is giving resources, be it to young childbearing women or to senior citizens. And it's that woman who's in the middle. And I said, well, you know what? I got to say something. And so I've been doing this for the last 6 years, sharing, talking, putting out the whole aspect of menopause. But let me tell you something right now. Oh my goodness, it's a hot topic. And now people want to know. And just recently, my pastor called me in his office and we were talking about some other issues that we're dealing with, because at the same time, I'm the director of missions for my church and we take care of people all over the world. But he said, Deborah, you know what? This thing called menopause is an issue. He said, will you do me a favor? Will you teach a class in the Sunday school with the married couples? Because not only is the woman going through issues and not being heard and not being understood, but the husband is like, what in the world is going on? And then somebody said, but I was a daughter and my mother was making me nuts and I didn't know what was going on. So I realized whether you're in your community, whether you're in your church community or in the world overall, that is an issue that needs to be talked about. Last month, I was in Kenya, and I figured I'm in a rural community in Kenya. Let me tell you, I spoke to so many women from 12 years old talking about the menopause aspect. You thought 12-year-olds didn't want to hear about that? Did they not have questions? But the other thing is their hormonal journey. We isolate different age groups rather than saying we are all on the same road. How do we share information? How do we support information? Last night, I was on the phone with a group church down in Panama. She said, Sister Deborah, girl, there is issues. And I was just talking to one of my members. We're figuring out how can we present this in a way that we bring intergenerational communications, because what one woman might not understand on one side and another age group on another side. So one of the things I want to say is I'm getting ready to do another, not so much speaking, but I'm listening at Stanford University. They're talking about longevity. Well, did you know that back in the day when somebody was 50 years old, Granny on Beverly Hillbillies, she was considered old and get ready to get up out of here. 55 was considered senior citizens. Well, now we're going to live 90 to 100 to oh. So if you stop your period at 50, you got 50 more years to go. How are you going to move? Are you going to have people see you in the bed and say, well, Granny, do the best you can? Or are you going to be up and tell them that, listen, follow me? And that's what I want to say to the women who are my age. I am 70. I just had my 70th birthday. And I'm all about keep moving, keep grooving, and establish these shoulders, which I stand upon, that other young people can stand on my shoulders and do what they're supposed to do, their purpose, their legacy, because we're living in some hard times right now. And so we have to do what we need to do to work together.
Wow. You all look, get moving, okay? And I love what you said. No matter the age, have the conversations. And you're right, menopause has become more mainstream. And what some people may not realize is that some of us, right, we have been talking about it.
Yes.
Way before celebrities have put it more in mainstream, but this is the thing, whatever your platform is, whatever impact that you can make in your community, and I love to hear that they're having more conversations in church, because church is a community, and what we're seeing is a lot of people are really trying to go back to a lot of those roots, at the church being the focal and the foundation of where we can gain resources. And so in your churches, in your communities, in your workplaces, at your kitchen table.
Thank you. Right now, I'm getting ready. I'm just been selected to be on our mayor's commission of women engagement. And one of the top areas is menopause. I was at a meeting on Saturday, and one of the psychologists said, girl, this is a topic. We need you there. We need you talking about. And this group of people are developing policies, developing rules, regulations. How do we move people in between these various generations?
It's unfortunate in so many aspects of so many things that we're seeing within healthcare that is changing right before our eyes. But you all, regardless of even the changes, we still have to keep moving forward. We still have to keep having the conversations. We still have to be saying, look, this is important, and not just when someone gets there, right? But letting people know that education and awareness way before time. I love that you said, I told y'all, international, okay, around the world, having the conversation. And Dr. Roebuck, just thinking from you retiring, right, and into this era and into this space and all of the things that you've created, all of the people that you've been able to connect with and impact lives, educating, would you have ever thought that one word, right, would take you to have so many conversations over just one? It's literally one word, right? Many things that can come with it, but it's one word. Would you have told yourself, after I retire, I'm going to talk about menopause?
No. I did not think that. Now, if you told me pregnancy, prenatal care, prenatal mortality, morbidity, infant mortality, girl, I was on it. I'm talking about a nurse of 50 years. I had 50 years of experience, and never was this topic ever brought up. But now, when you look at 2030, and this is out of Stanford, that more than half of the population will be menopausal. Half of the workforce will be menopausal. Or in the workforce, you got 5 generations within a workforce. I did a workshop a couple weeks ago. 5 generations. And each one had a different aspect of the story and never talked to each other together. And the people they serve are in homes where there are 5 generations, because in the next 20 years or so, people are not going to be independent. Families are all going to be living together. Well, how are y'all going to live together if you don't understand each other?
That part. And we're seeing and hearing conversations. I was actually talking to a family member a few weeks ago, and they was just like, look, my daughter and I, we're thinking about moving in together, combine these things. And I was just like, you're seeing more and more people saying, let's bring our resources together. And like you said, let's lay some foundational stuff first. Let me let you know what the transition that I may be in, the transition that I'm going through, transitions that I have been through, and just having those open conversations. So I love that your mayor, you all city is coming together to make moves. You said get moving, right? So you all don't feel like the information, and you may not be talking about menopause, whatever it is that you're talking about. Don't feel like your information, your experience, your collaborations, connections are too small or not on a big enough scale, because of I saw some posts after Oprah's menopause revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some posts from people who have been in the space and talking about it. And I was like, wow, they sound a little disgruntled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I was reading some comments and I was like, let me get off of here, right? Some people are like, oh, they think she's invented it. No, but I'm like, no, it's mainstream. Her organization is not going to reach everyone. I'm not going to reach everyone. You're not going to reach everyone. But the people that we can reach, let's keep reaching them and talking about those things. And so what are some things that you have coming up, and what is the best way that people can connect with you?
Well, some of the things that are coming up next week, I'm going to be working right within our community, within a health center in Philadelphia. That Friday, I'm going to be speaking at a church with a whole group of women, and then one of the other things I'm doing, I have been now titled a tech thought thinker for elderly people. I have learned how to do AI, develop the app, develop chat boxes, teaching women how to use AI when you have these various different questions.
Right.
There's no reason not to know and not to understand. It's out there for you. Let's talk about how we can get to it, and for us to teach other people also. My website is going through is THRU. I got to be a little different. thechange.com. Get on my email. I'm sending out this past month. You know what my title was? Vaginal dryness and low libido. Girl, that was a hot topic in Kenya with the 80-year-olds, okay? And then the next month is urine urgency. So every month I have a different topic, and I take it from a different perspective, be it mind, body, and spirit. Yes, so sign up for my newsletter.
Well, you all heard it first. Dr. Roebuck, thank you so much for joining me on today. You all, the Menopause Whisperer, all of the things. Look, I love what you're doing. You're actually just keep moving forward and moving that needle forward, using your voice, using your resources to impact lives. And you all, May is Women's Health Month. So make sure you get those checkups. If you have not had your annuals, find the education, find the resources. There's no reason for us to be ignorant about our health, because there's so much out here. Be sure you connect with Dr. Deborah Roebuck. Go to her website, Going Through the Change, THRU. Okay, THRU, Going Through the Change. Make sure you connect with her so that, number one, those newsletters, you're going to get educated, and you want to find community for support. There is nothing like support. I know you may go to your appointments, but it's nothing like being in communities with like-minded individuals who can find answers, who have resources that can help you walk through the change. And what is that change? Menopause and beyond. And I say beyond because guess what? She's retired, but she went beyond 50 years of serving as a nurse and different things. She went beyond and is still impacting lives. And so, Dr. Roebuck, thank you again. You all, this is another episode of Healthy Chats, positive information and education to keep you going forward. You still here? It's time for you to get moving. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.